Calaroga Shark Media.
I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Nice job by a dog in Arlington, Washington. It was 3 a.m. and a fire was quietly burning the workshop of a nearby home. Douglas was sleeping soundly in a house across the road, and he was awakened by the sound of his dog, Lucy. Douglas said, "Normally I just yell at her to go to sleep, you know?" This was a different type of bark. A loud screaming type bark. It was totally different than her just barking at usual bark. It woke us both up. Something's wrong. Wow, she was trying to tell us something. Douglas's wife went to the window to see what the Australian Shepherd Labrador was barking about, and they called 911, and firefighters arrived to contain and eventually put out the blaze before it spread from the detached workshop to the home where the owner was still asleep. Firefighters said in another 10 minutes it could have reached the house. A man is counting his lucky stars that he didn't throw away a Nesquik can he found when he was renovating his home. Tonio is a builder. He spotted 6 canisters. They were filled to the brim with around $50,000 worth of banknotes, give or take your exchange rate. He couldn't believe his luck. He went to cash in, but he found out that the Bank of Spain will no longer accept the notes that make up the 9 million pesetas, as the bank discontinued the old notes back in 2002. Tonio was sad. He said, "I called them. They told me it was no longer possible." But he did manage to bag himself around 30 grand after trading in some more up-to-date notes and said it paid for a new roof. I guess they kept the containers to avoid humidity. The last ones were somewhat damaged, but the others weren't. They were ironed. It was incredible. The home had been abandoned for 4 decades. Tonio snapped up the house when he saw it listed on Facebook. He says he's going to keep some of the out-of-date notes as a souvenir. Good news if you're a New Jersey Bobcat, you guys have rebounded. A recent study says there were between 200 and 400 Bobcats in New Jersey. Bobcats are naturally shy creatures who steer away from humans and other populations of animals, but due to the loss of their natural habitats, we're seeing more and more Bobcats around the neighborhoods. Gretchen Fowles is with the New Jersey Division of Fish and Wildlife. She says Bobcats are restricted mainly to northern New Jersey, but we're seeing more Bobcats in recent years. There were a few confirmed records in the past several years south of Interstate 78. If folks encounter Bobcats, the best thing to do is give them some space, and in almost every situation, they're going to run away. Around where I live, there's occasionally a wolf, and then people will think it's the fox, and I'm like, no, I've seen the fox. When you see the wolf is not the fox. You will know the wolf when you see it. Scary. LeGrand Gold has stage 4 colon cancer. LeGrand's dream, meeting Dolly Parton. He got to do that on a video call with Dolly. She called the Utah man, chatted with him, and even sang to him, while Gold's wife captured the heartwarming moment. His wife Alice told Dolly that her husband goes by his initials LG. Dolly's on the video, says, "Hey LG, it's Dolly P. How are you? I've heard you're a fan of mine." And in our final story today, if you're over 50 and live alone, you might want to get a pet. Scientists say people over 50 living alone may be able to counter decline in their verbal cognition by adding a pet to their home, according to a new study. Dr. Liu is a professor of epidemiology and medical science and says pet ownership may completely offset the effect of living alone on cognitive decline. Dr. Richard Isaacson is a neurologist and says it's more accurate to say may slow down cognitive decline. Scientists get in a fight over these pets. One caution I'd say is if a person who lives alone already has cognitive impairment or physical limitations such as balance or vision problems, it generally would not be advisable for that person to adopt a pet to slow down their brain aging. But Lou says, compared with non-pet owners, pet owners take more moderate and vigorous physical activity, pointing out that some animals might require an aquarium or a chicken coop, and those require specific lighting, water features, plants, rocks, or soils, and that may, according to Lou, promote owners to establish connections with nature, thereby increasing the immunity of owners. I'm not a scientist. And that's your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. You have a great day.